Hi everyone, it's Miss M. I'm here to provide you some information to help you with your music assignment this week. First thing I want to do is apologize for the hat and the coat. I am downstairs in my basement in my practice room with all my instruments so I can use the keyboard to show you today. And it's very cold down here, so that's why I'm doing that. The first part of your lesson this week is going to be to log on to the Staff Wars app on your school iPad. Now, if you don't have that app, let's start with just if you don't have the app. If you don't have the app, go into your self-service and it should be there. It should be Staff Wars and it should be a black tile. And I'm going to show you that on my iPad in just a second. If you don't have a school iPad, then it costs $10 for the app. And I'm not going to make you pay that. So please, please, please email me if you do not have a school device to use that already has the prepaid app on it. Because it's not fair to make some people pay for it. All right? So, for those of you who do have it, let me show you. I'm going to turn my camera toward my iPad here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm logging on with whatever you have to do. When you find the app in your self-service, it should look like this. Let me try to move it a little closer. Here you go. Staff Wars is black, and it has a treble clef and a staff on it. All right? So once you have that on your iPad, you want to open it. Obviously. Okay. I'll try to keep this steady for you. I'm going to move the camera down. Let's see. They have some fancy sounds in the beginning. That's what you're hearing right now. Okay. So, on the Staff Wars app, you have it open, right? You want to make sure that for the lesson this week, you are going to be doing the spaces only. So, that setting is down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, now I'm going to tap it until I get to the right setting. Nope, not yet. You'll see it. It'll only have, there's lines only. I'm going to tap it one more time. There you go. It'll only have notes on the spaces. Let me move that a little closer so you can see. Okay, so let me try to get that in focus. It only has notes on the spaces. That's what you're going to be doing. Don't hurt yourself and try to do all the notes of the staff. Only the spaces, okay? So once you have that, you can go ahead and click on the treble clef to start. Make sure you're not clicking on any of these because these are more complicated and I have not taught you. So unless you know how to read these clefs, completely ignore them. We're only looking at treble clef, okay? Once you click the treble clef, the game will start and you know what to do. As the notes come scrolling across, you're going to click on the letter down here that you think it is. So I'll do an example for you. I'll push start. The first one, F-A-C-E, face. F is at the bottom. So I look for F and I push it. I'm good to go. Starting at the bottom, F-A-C-E, face. Letter E. Good. Now down here you can see I still have my 3 lives. It's because I haven't had any wrong answers. I'm going to push G. I know that's wrong. I know that's wrong. When you lose all 3 lives, that's when it says game over. And it says your score down here. Correct 2. It says level 1. I'm not so much worried about the level. I'm worried about the number down here, okay? I'll hold it up so you can see. Down here where it says correct. You want to send me that number this week, okay? Play as many times as you need to get a good score that you are okay with. Okay? And that is going to be your Staff Wars this week. That's the answer to question 1 that I'm going to post for you. What was your high score on space only Staff Wars? Okay? Once you've got that done, write it down on a piece of paper, put it in a document so it's saved somewhere where you know that you'll be able to find it, okay? The second thing is going to have to do with the piano over here, okay? And I'm going to give you like a mini lesson, okay? So, the first thing we have to look at over here is here, let's see if I can set the camera up good again. It's a little too close, isn't it? Is my piece of paper over here. And here, how about this? How about I just go like that? There we go. So, I have written 4 things at the top. I have written major and minor over here. And I've written sharp and flat over here. I wrote a bunch of notes. We're ignoring that for now, okay? Right now, we're only focused on major, minor, and sharp and flat. So, we've talked a little bit about this. Major is sort of our sunny or happy or feel-good music. Minor is sort of our dark or scary or creepy sounding music, right? Even sad sometimes. This does not equal this. However, major and minor are completely depending on sharps and flats, okay? Now, when we talk sharps and flats, I know you see this and think it's hashtag. No, it's not a hashtag. It is actually the pound symbol. That is what it is called. It is not a hashtag. And the pound symbol is called a sharp in music. So if I was going to, for instance, put a sharp in here, I would just draw it right next to the note. But I'm not going to do that. Same thing for the flat. The flat is not a letter B. It looks like it, but it's kind of pointy. It's very small and it points up like that, right? So we have a sharp and a flat. And the reason I wanted to tell you about sharps and flats today is because my second question for you this week, remember the first one was your Staff Wars high score. My second question for you has to do with sharps and flats, all right? So look here real quick. I have a scale written out, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We know that it always follows the alphabet. I just happen to start on C, so A and B are down here. They're just invisible. I didn't write them. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I also have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have done that because everything that has to do with the sound of major and minor has to do with these 3 pitches. 1, 3, and 5. Okay? If I just play these notes in their natural state, C, E, G, don't do anything, no sharp, no flat, nothing, it should sound like this. Let me turn on my keyboard here. Whoops, my sticker came off. There we go. So, whoop, a little too close. There we go. So if you see here, I've labeled all my keys on my keyboard. And if I start with 1, 3, and then 5, then I have this major right here, what I wrote, 1, 3, 5. In its natural state, the notes in the natural state are major. Here, I'm going to turn the camera sideways. This is tricky for me to hold this. There we go. So if I play 1, 3, 5, and I do it all at the same time, very nice, right? Very, very nice. So I have, that's sort of that happy, major, sunny, exciting sound, right? Here's the difference, okay? And this is where the sharps and the flats come in, okay? The sharp and the flat are very important because when you change to minor, you're going to flatten this third note. You're going to take that E and put a flat by it. Notice it's a tiny pointy B, right? So now instead of 1, 3, 5 for major, I'm going to have 1, flat 3, 5. And that will give us our minor song. Now, I know this is a lot of information, you guys, okay? You don't need to memorize any of this. I'm using this information to tell you about sharps and flats, okay? So, let's hear what that sounds like. Let me hold my camera like this again. Hopefully I can get it to work. Yes. So, instead of having 1, 3, 5, I'm going to take number 3 and I'm going to flat it, which means I'm going to lower it. See how it's going down? Here's the normal, the natural state. That pitch sounded lower, correct? So whenever we have that flat, we're going to lower the note. And that's your key for this week. When you have a flat, it means that you're going to lower the note. It goes down, okay? Or you could say it's lowered. Either one's fine. Now let me show you the difference. Again, you don't have to memorize any of this 1, 3, 5, nothing for like that. I want you to focus on the flat. And the flat means to lower or that the note goes down. All right? Let me show you the difference. So here we have my keyboard. Oops. Sorry, I'm such a bad videographer. Here's the major. There's that major sound, but I take this 3 and I flat it. And then we get our minor, okay? So I'm going to put my screen over here again to my piece of paper so you can see what I'm talking about. I am not talking about today for your assignment, major and minor. I'm not talking about my 1, 3, and 5, okay? I'm talking about my sharp and my flat. Okay, so sharp makes it go higher, or it's raised, but you don't need to know that. What you do need to know is that flat is lowered or down, okay? This is the one. I'm going to cross off this at the bottom. We don't need to know this. We need to know that flat equals down or lower, okay? All right. Well, I hope that was helpful for your music lesson this week. And it was really fun to make this video, and as you can tell, I'm not a videographer or cinematographer or anything like that. I'm just trying my best, and I wanted to reach out to you guys, and hopefully all of you are doing okay, and you're feeling good, you're not feeling sick, none of that, and I really wish everyone well, and I hope you guys have a great spring break coming up soon, alright? Don't forget to answer those 2 questions. You can email me or do the Blooms thing, that's fine, but I find that email has been working a lot better than the Blooms. I would appreciate that, but any way you can get it to me is possible. Okay, so remember, 1, your high score for the Spaces Only Staff Wars. 2, my question, and I will make sure to post the question for you. What does a flat mean? Does it mean higher or lower? And if you watch this video, then you know the answer. So if you're giving me the wrong answer, I know you didn't watch the video. All right, everybody. I'm going to go. And like I said, I hope you guys have a great spring break. And hopefully I can see you soon. Bye-bye.